Good everyone, organization. Today we have a combo request by Hudson Jacobs for the EBR 1951 and the French AD-4 Skyraider. Very similarly to Rainey's request, we have another Skyraider, but this time we don't get as much to play with, which is unfortunate. But I've already made a little custom loadout anyway, just to get going really with that sort of thing. But that's not why we're here. We're obviously here to talk about the EBR, which, oh boy, this is a tank, well, armoured car I'm going to call it, because that's what it is in my mind. This is a vehicle, and obviously its other fellow brethren, that have been the subject of much controversy in War Thunder, mostly because of their high speed, their very annoying survivability, and well, in water tanks, it even has survivability because the wheels eat shots from what I've seen. But of course, the armor is not going to be protecting us when we potentially could get into a 7-0 game. That's not why we're using this little guy. This little guy, whilst it doesn't have much in the way of penetration, doesn't really have much in the way of any good shells, because obviously we do get the upgraded M80, well, M61 shot, I believe it is. Yes. Whilst we do get this shell, that's not going to be cracking a lot at this sort of BR. And depending on the map that we get, this could be tricky. But we can of course rush caps, get into good positions, ambush enemy tanks, and of course outrun their guns, using this thing's insane mobility. But of course, we can't mention a combo request without mentioning the plane, and I've had a little tinker with this one. There isn't much that you can really put on the wings of this thing other than HVARs and HE T10 140s, but it's mainly the three inner pylons which you can have a play with. I've decided to put on a 2,000 pound M3, well not M3, it's because I read the cannon, I don't know why, AN M66A2 bomb. This bomb, well, you saw it on the Skyraider and you saw how much, well, it's a similar bomb. It's not the exact same, but you saw this similar bomb in the A1H video, well, the combo request. This is a very powerful bomb, and, well, this really needs no introduction. Tiny Tims, they're more meant for anti-ship, but we're going to be throwing them at tanks, because German mains do not like it when you Tiny Tim them. And, of course, we will bring a couple of smaller rockets to potentially overpressure some whirlwinds/Oswinds at long distance. But of course, we're not going to be going into too much tank-on-tank engagements because the EBR just doesn't have the protection. And not only that, even though it's an armoured car, but you get my point, this is not really a frontline tank anyway. And of course, the reason why it's at 5.3 is because this little shit loves to scat, cap, get high win rates. It doesn't even need a high KD, to be honest. And, well, I spaded this thing at 4.3, and I don't remember what I got in this vehicle. It's actually been a while. EBR 1951, yeah. 13 deaths, 35 kills, which I'm not going to, like, sugarcoat that. That's not bad for a light vehicle like this, especially with the amount of revenge cast, but let's see what we can get up to in a potential 7-0 match where I don't even think we can plink them all that much. But to be fair, it's rather unlikely we're going to be firing the main gun anyway, because whilst it's useful, yeah, it's just one of those things, really. And this is actually a perfect map for doing exactly what I said. So, I need to do math. 712 SP, take off that. That is, well, minus 192. That is 540 spawn points. I believe this is 6-7. Rough guess. That was a rough guess, so don't hold me to that. 6-0. Okay, I was a little bit off. I think it's 6-0. Okay, so as you can probably tell by the rapid speed of this little guy, it is very fast both on-road and off-road. But of course, we are going to be attempting to rush the A cap at high speed. Of course, going over this hill doesn't constitute as high speed, but you get my point. Scouted. This is another thing we're going to be trying to do. We're going to be doing a lot of scouting. This little guy, whilst it is not the most, like, it's not the most effective in the anti-tank role, that doesn't mean we can't go around and start helping our team in that regard. That's rockets. What the fuck? Wow. Okay, that was an amazing shot. Wow. I have never seen a Storm Tiger do that. Like, wow. I'm gonna have to give that guy props. That was amazing. Like, because it came over the hill, you have virtually no time to react to that. That was amazing. Like, I'm not gonna say anything. And look, he's firing into the frickin' spawn now. Wow. M18 on the flank. That needs to go. We could actually kill that. I don't know where it fired from, but that's not the point. That's an A21. Okay. Kind of concerned about that because... yeah. Okay, I think I know where he's firing from. Because if we get spotted by that plane, we're going to be in a bad time. On the plus side, he doesn't know where we are, so that's at least something. Okay, the M18's dead. That's unfortunate. I wanted to kill him myself, but... why do I hear boss music? Okay. I thought I heard boss music because there was going to be like a tiger or something around this corner. Ah! Yeah, I saw that shot. No, 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 no. Okay, there is something up here. That scared the shit out of me, though. It's a bulldog. Hello. That was a big bloody boom. Oh no. Oh, what is it with planes? Oh, it's the guy who killed him and he just rushed back to revenge kill. Okay.
Enemy forces have captured a zone.
Must admit, this is quite awkward because there's not a huge amount we can do here. I mean, we could just fire the main gun to blink at them, I guess. But I'd have to get the range, and that range is... say about 1,000? That wasn't a bad guess, actually. Interesting. As I said, do not expect much combat from this little fella, because that's not what this little fella's about. And revenge killing coming. Yep. Yeah. That's very typical for this BR. Is there anything we can bring? We can bring some light bombs, I guess. And I forgot to set to air targets. There we go. I don't know what that guy's moaning about, but we can't just charge the cap, you know, like... Okay, well, we didn't get to do much in the tank, but, like, come on. You've got to give that guy props for that Storm Tiger shot. It is not very often. And, like, what did that Vietnam soldier guy do? He got one kill in his vehicle and then he died. Like, come on. Well, let's see what we can do in the Skyraider. Obviously, we can't bring anything too fancy, but £500 can still do some work. Okay, let's bring it back around. Aha! We might have it. Oh. That's a very pissed off enemy tank. Present for you, sir.
The enemy is winning.
Mark him. I'm gonna come back round for that Panther in a minute, the one that we just strafed. But first, we need to deal with this enemy aircraft, which is probably gonna be the guy we just bombed. Nope, it's one of those two planes that literally just spawned about 2 seconds after I said that. There's even a biplane in this slot. Are you doing a combo request, mister? Or are you just fucking around? Definitely just fucking around. I hope none of them heard that, and they did hear that. They did hear that! We are so dead. Maneuver! Oh? Okay, ditching payload, we're gonna have to fight. I can hear him, but can't exactly shoot at the little shit. That was a fucking good shot! I think it's a BF-109, so we might be able to win this fight. But this thing's rather heavy, so I'm not sure. And obviously we do have a bit of wing damage. But I can sustain my turn a bit better. Because, well, I have 3,000 odd horsepower. He's trying to run. We're actually faster than him at low altitude. Okay. There he is. Or am I hearing multiple things? I don't think that's him, you know. It ain't. I could hear something else, but I'm gonna have to go for this guy. I think there's another 109. I can bloody hear it, but I don't know what it is. Hang on a minute. I need to sneeze. But I can't exactly. Yeah, there is another fucking 109. I thought there was. It's an E. No wonder I was struggling to beat it. Fly the enemy over me. Well, for a start, mate, I have to turn towards the enemy and avoid the very pissed off anti-aircraft. But luckily, the E player has lost much interest. Whoever says the AD-4 is not a good fighter is full of crap, because this thing can dogfight pretty well for what it is. Ah, no, 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 no. No, 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 no. Get those away from me. Get those away. We've got no oil left, so... No. No. Please, no. Ooh. Something open-top looking-ish. Yeah, I know it's not open-top, but you get my point. Yeah, I don't think we're doing a whole lot else. I mean, we've gotten 4 air kills in a freaking Skyraider. Come on, that's something to write home about. Well, we don't have much life left in this engine, so we might as well, I don't know, try and hammer at the Stern Tiger, I guess? Like, if he's still alive. I don't think he is. No, he is. He's right there. If you know, you know. I was going for the barrel, but, well, not a huge amount I can do about it. Ow, 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 ow. I'm almost out of ammo anyway, so it doesn't matter. But yeah, even though we didn't get much done in the EBR, we definitely got a lot done in the old Skyraider. I swear, if that guy was trying to shoot me down with that Stern Tiger. I mean, fair play to the guy in the beginning, like, it is not often I've seen a Stern Tiger do something like that, but I'm probably going to end up on Thunder Show or something like that. But yeah, that was a lot of fun. I hope you all enjoyed that. Even though we didn't get a lot done in the EBR, that's not the entire point. At the end of the day, this vehicle is not going to be doing a lot against a lot of its tanks that it's going to encounter. Obviously, we can kill stuff like bulldogs and hellcats, that's not a problem. But, yeah, and also getting revenge killed by some salty player is not exactly on my to-do list, but, well, it's Tank RB. That shit kind of happens. But of course, we did get to do a lot of work in the Skyraider, which, even though we didn't get to bring a custom loadout, we still did get a kill with a single 500, and we got to really show what this thing can do in terms of Anti-CAS. But anyway, I'm going to leave you all to it for today. I hope you enjoyed today's video on the EBR and the AD-4, and I will leave you all to it, and see you all on the next one.